it's the same concept they're presenting, but it's a different material. So that's what we were looking at. Yes, changing a slate roof to a fiberglass shingle is a radically different, material. It does have a similar appearance to it, but it's just been allowed that we have recommended those types of changes for slate roofs. Some people didn't agree with that, but it was something that was discussed for quite a while over several years, and we decided that was something that was appropriate. This particular material is a little different. The items that we had trouble with were the pre-finished nature of it, that the color never changes. It never fades, which is a plus for the material, but for the historic district, we were not so sure about that. Then there was the issue of the steel material, the fact that it has a real strength and a straightness to it that's, a perfectness to it that is not like a painted tin or a lead-coated copper roofing, for example, where you can see the lumps and the hand-craftedness to it. So those were the issues that we struggled with. And we did struggle with this because this came in a couple times. So.
Any other questions? All right, I'm going to call the question. So the motion, pardon?
Can I make a comment? Or are we done that?
I think we're ready to call the question. Okay. So if this motion passes, then we have gone along with Harb's approval. If it doesn't pass, then we need to come up with an alternative motion. Does council have any more questions or want to hear anything else? Okay, then I'm going to call the question. And so the motion is to follow the recommendations of Harb as presented, noting that the lower roofs would be painted tin with a raised seam of 1 inch or less, and the sidewalls on the dormers would be hardy plank with exposure to match the original house clapboard. Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, so we have gone along with Harb's recommendation and have approved what they have approved.
So that means basically that material never going to be used in your township?
At this time, unless Harb decides that that's an approved material, then they're going to continue to say that.
Fair, because like I said, there's a lot of products that were changed from like slate to shingles, wood siding to hardy board. The sidewalk products. I mean, it's all this changing, and that product is, like what was said, it's going to look. I understand the concerns of Harb. The hand, it's all going to be made as they want by hand. Is going to be.
Well, we consider Harb our experts, and we look to them for guidance. So they have obviously spent a lot of time talking to you about it. And for someone who's just spent 7 days up on an old tin roof painting it, I can certainly understand. And there was one point today when I said, "Oh, give me a pre-painted standing seam roof," but they would never let me put one on my house either. So I can understand your frustration, but Harb has reviewed your request and has made a recommendation, and council has passed that, has also agreed with them. Okay, next on.
I'd like to make a motion to follow the recommendation of the Historic Architectural Review Board and direct President of Council to sign the following certificate of appropriateness, thereby approving the historical appropriateness of the application with final approval by the Code Enforcement Officer. COA 2010-035H, applicant Randall Thurston, 5 West Washington Avenue, Felix's Cafeteria. The applicant is seeking a certificate of appropriateness for the installation of 2 signs, 1 wall sign and 1 freestanding sign. Harb recommended approval of the application as presented.
Okay, may I have a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Is the applicant here? No. Okay.
Julie, I'm
sure.
going to abstain on this issue. It's possible, not likely, but possible that I have a financial interest.
Okay.
I must say, my comment on this one is my children noticed that the signs were there at one point and then removed, and so I think they'll be happy that they're going back and there's going to be a bakery
You can't miss them.
there. I'm assuming we're going to approve it.
Okay. Any other comments on council? Okay. Jim, is there anything we need to know from Harp's perspective? No. Okay. Then I'll call the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.